2021, the sunset of September 25th of 2022 in the Jewish calendar, correlating it back to ours, is a Shemitah year. Shemitah year. Shemitah. Now, a Shemitah is simply a week of years is 7 years. The 7th year is called the Shemitah. Alright? Now, what has happened is that from 1948, or from the closest Shemitah to where we are, we have run 10 7-year cycles. So we are on the 10th 7-year cycle, and we are down to the last year of the 7 years, which is the 10th one since Israel restarted. I hope I didn't lose it. Good. Figure lost action pastor. We just go 17, he figured it out. We're going to figure it out. That's right. It signified that the final year of 7 by 10, the Shemitah after Israel 1948, is back in their land and has great purpose. God has separated time in what is called the 7-year cycles. And I don't want to tell you, look at your Bible, there are 7-year cycles that run. Ask Pharaoh, he had a dream, 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. 7 letters to the 7 churches, 7 phases, 7 thunders. God has separated things in these 7-year cycles over 3,000 years, and every 7th year ends with what is called the Shemitah, or the 7th year of that particular cycle. God uses Shemitah to set up and take down nations. Say that again. God used the Shemitah year to set up and take down nations. It is always a year of great shaking. In other words, then, once you cross September 6th of 2021, you should start to see that we are in the thing. I want to tell you, if you look at the last couple of months, we have had abnormal storms, winters, floods, earthquakes, underwater earthquakes, shaking and quaking of every kind that you can think of. 30 years ago in 1991, when I first started to teach things like these, you would have had to search on the whole year just to get an earthquake. Now you can't catch up with what's going on. The biblical New Year that will end in the evening of the 25th of September 2022, which will begin the first year of the next cycle, which will be the 11th of 7 years. And also, let me just explain to you what's going on. From the time of Israel restoration to where we are right now, we have traveled 10 7-year cycles. That's when you come to 7 years here. Alright? We are in the 10th cycle, but we're in the 7th year or the last year of the 10th cycle. Don't follow me now? Come September, the latter part of September 2022, you will now start a new 7-year cycle, which will be the 11th cycle from the time of Israel being restored. You all got it? Good. Very important that you catch that, because I want to show you something quickly. Now we have to count by the Shemitahs, right? So the first Shemitah will have started. So the first full Shemitah, when Israel began to count, will be 1952. Why? Because Israel will have been back in their land, been recognized. They're already halfway inside of one of the Shemitah. So you have to at least look for the start of one. So all who does the calculation, I'm just playing with the numbers here, so you'll understand the pattern. You're looking at 1952. That's going on. So 1952 is the first one, 7 years later is 1959, 1966 is the third, 1973 had a war, and of course you're aware of that. The fourth one, 1980, fifth, 1987, sixth, 1994, the seventh, 2001, you remember the Twin Towers. That was the 8th, 2008 was the 9th, 2015 was the 10th one. That was also the year of the blood moons, darkness sun, and the star appearing in the heaven, all the time. So from 2015 to where we are right now, we are in the 10th Shemitah, 10th cycle, but we should be of the 10th year. Don't understand what I'm saying? Do you know it? Good. Hear what Jeremiah said. Jeremiah 29:10. So 10 times 7 will be 70 years thereof. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years we accomplish in Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good works towards you in causing you to return to this place. There is a mark of prophecy in Jeremiah that you have to cross 70 years before I visit you. So you have another layer or another dock that's lined up across the world. Daniel chapter 2, 9 and verse 2 says, Daniel 9:2. In the first year of the reign of his reign, I, Daniel, understood my books. My revelation, man studied. He was 90 years old and he studied. Of course, a lot of us now might be online, looking and studying physics use materials on our site as well. He understood my book the number of years. What does he understand? Number of years. Whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that it should be accomplished 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. So 2057-82, which is 2022, is truly a significant year, or Shemitah year, as we are living in privileged time. God's plan will come to pass. We are standing on the threshold of the end of the 10th Shemitah, or the last year of the run of this. Now, by all means, please understand God is sovereign. And while there may be biblical models that line up, you don't have to manage it all over. But you know, it's my scenario. There is too much biblical evidence lining up for it to move. There is too much rate of sin, rate of evil, rate of violence, ungodly activities, and even global agendas for all this to move. Now, if it goes, the next cycle will run, the next 7 years, will run from September of 2022 all the way to 2029. Well, it will be the 11th cycle. 11 is the number for chaos, judgment, disorder, and unrepentance. That's what the next 7 years will bring. That will fit perfectly. That's 7 years tribulation. Basically, pattern of the ancient Hebrews. You have 7 years. In other words, then, you have 7 years where the environment of the spiritual world caters for 7 years of chaos. If we reach the 2029 to 2036, we will enter the 12th 7-year cycle. But the number 12 represents God's perfect government and perfect rule. Certainly sounds like a nice start for Christ to take charge of the earth and to begin the millennium of 1,000 years. I don't think that this is somebody trumpet. Where we will witness the Messiah wedding and is beginning to reign at Jerusalem. So what I'm saying is, not only are we seeing the present pattern lining up where we are, but even the patterns of the future also is pointing to the fact that all of the pieces of the puzzle are around us. Both the past, the present, and the futuristic one is pointing where we are right now.